up, everybody? I am back in beautiful Southern California, but I'm in a part of Southern California I've never been to before. And that's because I'm visiting a place I've never been to before, and kind of for good reason. It's a place that not a lot of people get to see. Recently, Katy Perry was there. Other celebrities usually get to see it most of the time, and I'm very fortunate today to be visiting the Baylor Colonial Center here in Ojai, California, which is the conservation site for the Turtle Conservancy, one of the largest global players in turtle conservation worldwide, specifically with tortoises and freshwater turtles, which obviously is my love. So you may have heard of the documentary Tiger King. The founder and head of the Turtle Conservancy, Eric Good, was actually the director of Tiger King. And he's a turtle guy, just like us. He's a turtle conservationist. And there's actually a tortoise that is named after him as well. So the Turtle Conservancy does amazing work to conserve turtles. One of the things that they do probably better than anyone, at least to my knowledge, is buying land to conserve, which actually preserves and conserves so many species beyond just turtles, right? Because if you can conserve the actual land, then everything that lives there and uses that habitat is therefore saved. And in addition to that, they have this Baylor Center, which was named after John Baylor, famed turtle conservationist and zoo man from the Bronx Zoo, who sadly passed away. His untimely death was definitely felt throughout the turtle-loving world, and they named this center after him. So it's a real honor to be here, and I just can't wait to share this with you. Thanks for checking it out, and I don't hope you like it. I know you're going to like it. All right, I'm here now at the Turtle Conservancy. I can't even believe I'm here right now. This place is like a place of lore that I didn't even really realize exists. Even I've known about it for obviously so long, but it's incredible to be here. I'm here with my friend Simone, who we've been together once before. Simone is from France, and you are a turtle expert, and you've been into it since you were really little.
Yeah, I got my first turtle when I was 7.
I wish I knew when it was, and this is the new age, right? Simone is of a different generation than me. And we first talked to each other when you were pretty young, I think.
Yeah, I guess 20.
Right?
20,
We had the same interest in Geoemida, leaf turtles, which you've seen on the channel before, and which I think we're going to see here today.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to get to it. He's been nice enough to offer us a tour today, and I'm bringing you guys with us.
Yeah, we're gonna look at a bunch of turtles here at the conservation center. Our goal here is to keep and breed endangered, sometimes extinct species, take care of confiscated animals, and also we use this place for education. We have partnership with high schools, and different schools and students are coming to study the turtles. But also globally, the Turtle Conservancy is working to protect the animals in the wild. We are acquiring land in South Africa and Mexico mostly to protect species directly where they are in their habitat. And also we're working in Madagascar, in Palawan with different turtles for now 20 years. It's our 20th anniversary.
It's just gorgeous.
There are 2 female penai in this pond. Oh yeah, she's basking. I don't know if you see it.
Oh,
there
not
you
anymore.
Go, jumping.
Wonderful.
There's a bunch of corallian in this pond. And this is our tropical greenhouse. So that's where we keep basically all the species from Southeast Asia, Indonesia, with tropical climate, which don't really cool down as much as subtropical climate would do. So it's pretty warm in here and humid.
Oh yeah.
What do we have in here? We have some Kilodyna McCordy here. Those I think are like 4 years old, and they're born here. These are the females. And they've been here for a long, long time. They're really nice animals, you know, really tame, and they're just fun and easy, you know.
Wow.
They lay their egg in the sand, and yeah.
They do their thing and don't give you a lot of trouble.
No, clearly these are like so easy, you know. These greenhouses are 100 years old. Sorry, it's not what
Okay.
I meant to say. But they moved them from the East Coast to here, and they just rebreed them. And it's this old famous brand of greenhouses from the East Coast that were used for like gardening and plants. And they just turned it into like a turtle greenhouse. And we try to keep everything as natural as possible, with lots of plant covers, lots of places to hide. There's one male Leucocephalon Ojai in here, and one female in here. Oh, he's here, look. Hi.
Oh,
Hey, hey.
wow. Look at you.
Hello. Oh my god.
Good catch.
You would have had that on camera. That would have been amazing. Me falling in the pond. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's a big boy. Big male. He's
Wow.
not happy.
He's going to rip your gloves.
He will, and he's
Yep.
going to poop on me too.
And yes,
probably,
they love
yeah.
to poop. Yeah.
Do you have some?
I've had a couple that now are with someone else in the turtle room, but
Cool.
yeah. So these are Sulawesi forest turtles.
Yeah.
Leucocephalon Ojai, which is from Sulawesi,
Yeah.
and really like a superstar rare turtle species in terms of like fan favorites. People like love this species and point to them. You know, they're one of the rarest. They're a very rare animal in general, let
Yeah.
alone turtle.
Yeah, and they're pretty endangered because they only come from Sulawesi, and they've suffered a lot from the pet trade. It's like thousands of them that have been collected for the pet trade. Some of them in here actually come from confiscations, and we've been breeding here them since maybe 3 or 4 years now. We're kind of like slowing down because they take a lot of space, and also
Right.
they're pretty aggressive, which is why we keep them one by one.
Right.
There's one male in here, one female in here, and I mean, it's really our policy, you know, try to give as much space as you can to the animals, and if possible, try to keep them one by one with like aggressive, stressy species like that, because the male will kill the female, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, he's heavy. Whew.
Yeah.
We feed them lots of greens. They love their dandelion. They love all sorts of salads, and then lots of gelatin that we make with fish, with meat. They love worms. They love snails, frozen snails, and then a lot of pellets. You know, they eat the pellets in the water very easily. I'm gonna
was
put
shocked.
him back.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Dr. There we go. You're free. Dr. Charlie Innes, who's probably the most
Yeah.
prolific breeder, I
Oh, yeah.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
He says that their first meal for him is pothos.
Oh yeah.
Wow, it's
You
so
know
amazing.
what? The babies, they love the pothos.
Yeah.
We have pothos for just, I put pothos for plant cover, and the baby climb on it, they grab it, you know, it's good enrichment, but then they eat it.
Right.
And these guys, the male particularly, he loves like, I don't know if this elephant ears or whatever plant it is. He just destroys everything. You can't have plant. We used to have plants, you know, where the water comes out for filtration, but they eat them all.
That's so funny. And this is incredible. So this is one male and this is one female here?
Yes.
So look at the amount of space that you're dedicating to these two animals.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why you say, well, if it's rare, we should breed it. Well, yeah, but you have to be responsible. How many zoos, how many, you know, okay, you want private people to have an opportunity to work with these rare animals. How many people, how many zoos, how many institutions are actually going to dedicate this type of perfect space for species like this?
Exactly.
And there's not many.
Because this is not a really attractive species for the public. It's really attractive for someone like you or me because it's a very fun tour. But yeah, they take a lot of space, they're aggressive, but they're really cool. And you know, you come here in the evening and they're just in the water trying to like explore, and we've hatched babies. We found babies in the leaf litter in
Wow,
here.
that's amazing.
We found eggs that we incubated, but yeah, I think they're really happy in here. They climb everywhere. They destroy the plants. We put new ferns every 6 months, but yeah, they're really happy, I think, in here.
This is incredible.
The female spends more time on land, and
Oh,
she
that's
usually
interesting.
hides under this. Oh,
Ha!
I told you.
You called it.
Yeah. The female is smaller than the male,
Yeah.
and the head is less white.
Right. The Leucocephalon, the genus
Yeah.
name, means white head,
White head, yeah.
but that's because of the males. The females
Yes.
don't have that.
Yeah, the female is that guy. He's always here begging for food, but the female is really more like secretive and yeah, she spends more time on land. Interestingly, I don't know why. Yeah.
What a gorgeous animal. So right behind me is the Travancore tortoise. This is a species that is part of the Indotestudo genus, which also includes the elongated tortoise and the Forstens tortoise, which is also from Sulawesi, like the turtles we just saw. And Travancores are not a species that you see very often at all. They're a very rare member of the genus from India. And really, any of these that are in the US are usually hybrids. So to see pure ones like this is amazing.
I got something pretty cool to show you right now. We have one male and two female Sibunrocella latensis,
Yes.
which is pretty rare species in captivity, and the species we're working with in the wild in Palawan. We're supporting the Catala Foundation, which is doing fantastic work protecting the species in the wild and the habitat. And so we've been trying to breed them in here, and we got one egg last year, which was
Amazing.
not fertile, unfortunately. And right now we were trying to pair them. I'm gonna climb in here and grab the female. She's here. I don't know if you see it. Whoop. But we put them together this morning, and they've been difficult. The male doesn't wanna breed with them too much, so we're trying different things. We're trying to put them together in the morning, then in the evening, then in another pond, then outside, then inside, then put the male to the female, then the female to the male. But we've not figured out yet what's the good combination to have successful mating. We had a couple successful mating, but they're really shy. And my guess is that they're pretty nocturnal species, and I think we kind of have to do it at night. So that's the female, and
She's gorgeous.
they're really cool, man. They love the blueberries, they love shrimps, they love worms, and yeah,
They're just turtles.
She has a lot of space in here. There's a tunnel that goes up, so she can hide up in the tunnel. And she has a nesting spot over there, but most of the time what she would do is just like, I'm gonna put her back in the water, but she just hangs out here in this little patch of sand. And so
She's incredible.
let me grab the male. It's right here.
Do the males get larger?
Yes. Look at this. Hello.
There we go. Wow,
And so
wow,
that's the
wow,
male.
wow, wow. Wow, what an amazing animal.
Let's see if you can get some action.
Come on, wake up. The girl's right in front of you. Wow. Two of the rarest animals on the planet right there. If his head comes out a little further, you'll see the white ring. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can see it, both of them right now have that white ring around their head. That's kind of... Oh, he's going. That's something I've never seen before. I have seen this species before, but I've never seen a male chase a female. That's a new one.
So yeah, we're hoping to breed them this year. I'm really hoping we can get some fertile egg and try to have some babies, because that would be a first.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, they've never been bred in captivity.
Right.
Yeah.
So these turtles from Palawan, we used to think that there were maybe 1,000, maybe 4,000 in the wild. And then I believe it was 2016, there was actually a confiscation of 3,800 of them at one time. And they were actually found because of the smell. So this is the reality of what happens when somebody discovers where these rare turtles live. That they're not usually long for the world, those individuals that live in that place that humans discover. And for this species, it was that people kind of discovered how to find them. And basically, this is what we're up against, right? And something that we need to know about, especially keepers. You know, if you want to keep turtles, it's not necessarily all conservation. It's not all positive. We have to be real about what the pet trade and what people wanting rare turtles does to animals in the wild. So yes, I believe that captive propagation of species is important, but this is a poster child for the slippery slope and the negative side of that. We have to be cognizant and keep that top of mind as we move forward and try to do this the best way that we can.
Red Matsuri herbivore pellets.
Oh,
and
I haven't used those before.
We've been trying to give them greens. We try dandelion, we try fruits, we try squash, different sorts of vegetables, but they're being a little picky. So one way we do try to offer them some organic material herbivore diet is using this. And usually you throw a bunch in there. And these guys is the same that the Ojai. We just keep them one by one. Because the male, as you could see, is pretty aggressive, and that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work. This guy would hit maybe a little bit.
Wonderful that the McCordi are eating pellets. That's great.
Yeah. I've never seen them in here. I know they go on the nesting because that's where I think, found the egg, and also I see like sphagnum moss coming in and out from that zone. But I think they really like the privacy of like being hidden in there and the dark. That one, man, she's a big girl.
Oh wow, yeah, that's the biggest female I've ever seen.
She's really big.
Wow. That's amazing. Hello, beautiful.
I want to show you this one because I think it's one of my favorite. At the center, it's a really old male.
Look at his arms.
Yeah, I mean, look at this thing.
It's so cool.
They can climb anything.
Right. Like
They're
that's
so powerful and big. And that turtle is like, I mean, it's hard to say how old it is, but it's definitely over 50 years old. But the shell is so like worn and smooth, and you see that thing has been through a lot.
Yeah.
And he's loving life here. They love their gelatin. They love the dandelion. We give them fruits, vegetables.
That's just terrific.
Fun. They're really good at escaping, which is why they have long, high
tall walls.
Walls, yeah.
So right now I'm standing in front of the Arakan turtles, Piosemes depressa. This is a species that is very rarely encountered, seen ever. A lot of times in captivity, they're not grown really well. These animals here look happy, healthy, big, and really impressive. There's a reason why Simone says that this guy is one of his favorites.
Yeah.
These guys have the opportunity to go in and out because they have the doggy door over there. I noticed when we were inside. So they came out when they realized there was food.
Honestly, there might be like some winter rainy days, but most of the time it's warm enough for them to go outside, and it's really what they enjoy. Like a lot of sun, and they have wine here. They have mallow.
Yeah.
They have like plants everywhere they can eat and explore their environment. So
That's wonderful. So we're standing right now in front of the Burmese star tortoise habitat. This species is a poster child for what captive breeding can do. They were extinct in the wild, but they do extremely well in captivity. And this species now has been introduced to Myanmar thanks to people who have captive bred them. And now they're being captive bred in the range country. And a lot of the information that was used to have that success within the range country actually came from people outside of that area. So just a great success story for what can be done with collaboration and with captive breeding. But it's not always easy to accomplish that. With them, it has happened. She's coming towards me to ask for help.
So the red you see on their shell is actually strawberries. Because yesterday we had a bunch of tours and we fed them some strawberries.
You come and get me, buddy?
As a treat.
What did I do? What did I do to deserve that? Oh, now they're going to get Simone. Get him! It's a good thing these things don't have like teeth and
yeah,
talons.
for sure.
Or, yeah.
But it's funny how curious they are. Like anytime you come in the enclosure, they just come and sniff you out and check you out, and they just want to fight. They just want to fight. That one is really cool. It's very old. It's probably the oldest tortoise we have here in the collection. And who knows, I mean, we're assuming it's over 100 years old.
Amazing.
So this is our little tub system, and we've got some, oh, it's not in here. Do you want to see something cool?
Yeah, I want to see something cool.
Look what's in here.
What are you? Oh, I know you. Interesting to see them out on the land and going in, you know, terrestrial.
They love to do that.
They do. You know what? A lot of people wouldn't even know because they just keep them without basking.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
That's a young big-headed turtle.
Yes, it is.
It was bred from adults that came from a confiscation. And yeah, we keep them outside and they love their sand. We keep them one by one.
Wow.
Yeah, they spend a lot of time in the sand. Usually we have sphagnum moss or leaves as well, and they just seem to enjoy it.
Wow. Look at you, buddy. Such an incredible species.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we keep them pretty simple. I mean, they have their sand, they have a piece of cork, and a little filter just to keep the water moving.
Yep. And they're in the shade, which keeps them cooler. Which is important.
But there's some sun. There's still some sun coming in. That's important for them to like dry dock and bask. Yeah. And just one half of a pot, you know, so they can hide, and that's it.
Wonderful.
And it's been working, and there's a draining system or under this. You just open the valve, and once a week we just change the water. You know? There's another one here. They're all on land. It's funny.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, this one is here.
Wow. Wonderful. And you guys have bred these here.
Yes, we did. Yeah, these one were born here.
Those
So,
those juveniles
yeah,
were actually
they're
produced
like
here.
3 years old.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So, you know, add that to the huge list of about 3 people and or institutions, groups that have actually hatched them.
Yeah.
Wow.
When we hibernate them outside, and
Yeah,
they're doing good.
that's wonderful.
That's a Bilii, Sacalea bilii.
Oh yeah. I produce Belii.
No, that's cool. That's a fun species.
Do you
I
guys
prefer
produce those here?
Quadriocelata, but
Yeah.
no, these are young one that we've been raising.
Cool. I remember the drawing that you did of Quadriocelata.
Did I? Oh yeah, I must have done one.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So yeah, that's a system we did recently where it's just easy to drain and
Yeah,
it's covered for predators.
it looks good. My wife would like this. It passes the
The design.
yes, exactly, the beautification test, which not everything always does.
Oh yeah, it's great when we get animals from confiscation, like endangered species like the bigetter, to be able to breed them it's a nice achievement.
Wonderful.
Tropical greenhouse where we keep things that needs a cooler climate.
Is this another?
No, that one is not Virgon, but yeah. That's a young female muoti.
Yep. Nominate subspecies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, everything in here is hibernating in the winter, and we keep it way cooler than that other greenhouse. We've bred the impressed tortoises in the past. They're just nice, you know. We feed them a lot of mushrooms, lots of greens, lots of invertebrates as well, and keep them cool, and they seem to really thrive in these conditions. There's a humidifier up behind you, and we just spray water as much as we can during the raining season. And another cool species that we have in here that I'm sure you're gonna like is
I know you.
a little Geomida.
I know you. Hi.
But yeah, that's the Geomida, also greenhouse. We have a pair of Spangerite that came from a confiscation, and then those other Japonica that we've been breeding successfully for a long time now.
Yeah.
For over a decade. So that's fun.
It's a big deal. They're not easy to breed.
Yeah, they're not. But once you get them like settled in like the right condition, they do just fine.
And you actually have an air conditioner right now that's running in the
Yeah.
back of this greenhouse to keep the temperature where it needs to be.
Another impressed. And as much as we can, everything is kept individually in here as well.
If you're looking for a very impressive tortoise species, look no further than the impressed tortoise, which will have you feeling impressed after you see one. They have some here. These are the biggest impressed tortoises I've ever seen. They're absolutely gorgeous and just one of those really rare species. Some of the conservation work that we at the Turtle Room actually support recently contributed to some field work that led to finding a wild impressed tortoise, which is kind of a big deal. We're really proud about that, and to be able to see them right here right now is pretty cool. Kind of full circle. Awesome. Wow, she's gorgeous. Very yellow.
Yeah.
Wow, what an animal.
I love how they get this pink nose too.
Yeah, kind of Forsteni get that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that indicative of a breeding season, or like it is for Forsteni or elongata?
I'm not sure. They've been mating lately, and they lay egg usually between May and July. And so they do this really cool thing where they build their nest right with leaves. So what we do is we just shove as many leaves as we can in the enclosure, and they just use them, and they really enjoy it.
Wow. What an incredible looking animal. It's like the tortoise version of a pangolin with the large scalation on the limbs and the claws and the eyes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Goodbye, I love you. Sorry to bother you in your home. What are we looking for in here, Simon?
So that's a geomited Olica from the Ryukyu Island.
Yes.
And it's a pretty one here. One of the founder of all these little captive bred that we've seen before. So, and yeah, they've just been doing really good in this greenhouse for a long, long time. And to me, really, there's no secret. It's like they just don't like change. Once you set them up in the right condition, just don't change it.
Well said.
And we feed them 3-4 times a week. Worms, invertebrates, gelatin. Sometimes we try pellets, fruits. Most importantly, they do hibernate. They don't eat for like 3 months.
Yep.
From like December to March. And we try to keep it cool. It's never more than 80, 85 in this greenhouse. When it's really, really hot in the summer, it can go to 80, but we try to keep it really cool because they come from high mountains and high elevations, so it's never really hot. I mean, it's hot, but the leaf litter on the ground is always pretty cool and humid. Here we have an adult female Geomidas pangari. That animal came at the Turtle Conservancy, I think around 10 years ago from a confiscation, which happened in LX. It's a really old white-caught animal that now is aging pretty well. We take special care of her, put worms right in front of her because she's getting blind. But overall, as you can see, she's pretty active and she's fighting and she's doing real good. Yeah, but another example of like why you shouldn't buy wild-caught animal, because now people breed Geomidas pangari in good number in captivity, and you can buy healthy young captive bred animal that are the perfect pets, because this wild-caught turtle require special care, and it's not necessarily super healthy. So one more reason why it's important to be careful with the origin of the animals.
This is exactly what I was talking about in a recent video. I've hatched a lot of these over the years, and that's great. On the surface, you say, wow, we're hatching this animal. That's terrific. We're saving the species. Well, it's more complicated than that. It's always multifaceted with these situations that involve animals. This species now is more easy to bring in by illegal means, the way that this poor girl was many years ago, because they can kind of hide under the guise of captive breeding that's happening. So yes, it's a success that should be celebrated, and I do believe that captive breeding is important, but we also have to be real about the fact that this is happening more now than it was happening 10 or 15 or 20 years ago when the importation of the species was first stopped. So just keep it in mind. An animal like this, maybe minus the cataracts, could be showing up saying it's captive bred, or some story saying, oh, I've had this animal for 10 years. And if it's too good to be true, usually it is. Luckily, she found her way here and she's been taken care of, because otherwise she might not be here anymore. Those little guys. Tell me about them, Simon.
So these are, it's a pair of Homopus aurolatus, a little tortoise that's coming from South Africa. And it's pretty common in South Africa, but still they're suffering from poaching and also habitat loss and roadkills. And ravens also are a big problem, crows, because they eat the little ones. The Turtle Conservancy has been involved in South Africa for a long time now, protecting the geometric tortoise, and we have acquired pieces of land which is basically the last remaining habitat for the geometric tortoise. And the padlopers are also on this preserve, as well as ungulate tortoises and more than, I think, 400 different plant species, the Fynbos ecosystem. So that's one thing the Turtle Conservancy does. And if you want to help us buy the last piece of property that we're missing to have the complete habitat of the geometric tortoise, you can just go to turtleconservancy.org and make a donation. But yeah, these are really fun. We've been breeding them. That's the founding pair. As you can see, the male is smaller than the female. And also they're called parrot-beaked because their beak is very sharp and pointy, just like a bird. And how cool their scales are too, right? They're really,
It's so cool.
I'm gonna put them back. They walk really fast.
Their enclosure is beautiful. I love this succulent right
Yeah,
here.
they climb on that and eat. We change it every month almost, which we put new plants.
So this is Christian, right?
Yeah, Christian.
Christian. And Christian is a keeper here
Yep.
at the Baylor Colonial Center. And right now, oh my gosh, are we looking at this? Are we doing this?
Yeah, we are.
What are you looking for? I certainly don't see it on camera, I can tell you that.
So this is Homopus aerulatus, also known as the common padlope or Parrot-beaked tortoise.
Shut up.
This is one of our little guys that we produce. When they were born, they were officially about the size of a quarter, so little ones.
Yeah, now this is huge now. Look at all that growth.
Yeah, huge for sure. And so yeah, we are feeding these guys some different greens, as well as stuff that we're growing in-house like mallow flowers, hibiscus, and more. But yeah, these guys are definitely small, and we have adults here as well. So yeah, good chance to check them out.
Wow. Who's this?
So now we have Trissana angulata, also known as the angulated tortoise. So these guys are pretty well known, at least for the males, to have these enlarged gular scoop. And then from there, these guys will combat in the wild pretty heavily. They'll even push for the ladies in order to breed, so we do keep them separate from each other. But otherwise, this is a pretty small-sized tortoise. This is the adult male right here. He's pretty feisty to say as far as personality goes.
And this is a species that's been very popular in terms of like hobbyists wanting to get their hands on them. They're not rare in the wild per se, at least not yet. Fingers crossed that it stays that way. But a really cool, unique species that you don't see very often.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, have you guys hatched these here?
No, I don't think we've had any luck with these guys just yet. But otherwise, I mean, we are definitely trying. Again, this male in particular is pretty pushy. So we will keep a good eye on them as we sit down and watch them. You know, we're kind of marriage counselors when it comes to these guys. But yeah, again, he's a good boy. And, you know, we're still home for the future, representing South African species. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
So our friend Chris Leone, who you have seen on our channel, and you may know better by his channel name Garden State Tortoise, has been successful hatching this species. And for him, he felt like it was important, the thing that finally got it over the edge, because he was getting fertile eggs and they were going full term, and he's getting late term embryonic death, was to actually sand the outside of the eggshell to make it so that the hatchling could then make it out of the egg, which is kind of wild. I don't know. I worry about providing interventions, but it worked in that instance. The problem is the sample size is so small that it's really tough to know if that's what really did it. But this is an awesome species that I'm really grateful to be able to see right here. So Simon, we're walking through, we're walking through South Africa right now, through Africa. And there are some pancake tortoises in here, which is a species that I keep and that we've featured on the channel before. And I'm seeing you do something that I've never seen before, which is these rocks are situated more vertically than they are horizontally. Normally keepers always have their rocks stacked horizontally. That's really interesting.
So I think what we're trying to do is actually do both to give them the choice. But as you can see in there, there's this like very like tight crevice, and they really enjoy it, and they climb also really well. So yeah, it's been working good for us to do it this way. And I feel like in the wild, where they are in Tanzania and Kenya, the borders are so big. It's like really big rock formation that they just climb over it, under it, and it's almost like there's some sort of like little network, under the rocks. and they make their way in and out. They're able to do it. So yeah, it's been working good for us to have the rocks vertically like this. And here, as you can see, we have also like vertical rocks, but they use them the same. They just wedge themselves under them, and they dig also. They make their way their way in, and yeah, it's been working good this way, and we've been successful at breeding them. So yeah.
So Simon came in here, and the Galapagos tortoise is coming right up to him. But the bunny was just laying on the ground. So the tortoise definitely beat the hare in the race in this instance.
Exactly.
How cool is this?
So celery is their little treat.
Oh, he wants the celery in your hand, not the one on the ground. I love you. I love you so much. Are you filming? Hi. Oh my gosh. This is a Galapagos tortoise. This is the largest species of tortoise in the world, and it's a close race. The Aldabra tortoise is a close second, and you will see Aldabra tortoises that become adults at larger sizes than Galapagos tortoises do, some of them. But the largest tortoise ever recorded was a Galapagos tortoise. Living, of course, there are extinct species that were larger than these, but this is one of the remaining giants in the world, and it's so amazing to see them. Oh man, I love you. So cool. So Simone is back here in the house. He just came out. And I have to say, it's pretty nice to go into tortoise houses that I can walk under at 6'8". But there's several Galapagos tortoises right now in there. And he went in and gave them a little taste of celery, and we're going to see if they come out. If this was enough to coax them to come out. Oh yeah, come and get it. Come and get it. You deserve it.
That's one of the nice ones. That one is really tamed. Really enjoy some scratch.
Oh, that's so cool. True giants.
Yeah, and they're amazing animals for like raising awareness and education, because when you think about it, there are not many turtles that are like friendly with humans, and giant tortoises are just perfect for that, you know. When
They interact well.
When you're a little kid and you see that for the first time, obviously it's gonna affect you, like hopefully for the rest of your life, and you're gonna wanna be careful with wildlife and nature, hopefully. So
right.
Yeah.
People protect what they love, and they love what they're exposed to. And that's our job, is to expose them in a positive way. Look at these guys. Oh. There's 9 galops in here, you said? And right now we're looking for a big male, because those ones that were in there are not the big males.
That was a female, and that was a juvenile. That's another juvenile.
Hello, beautiful.
You can have that.
You can have that. Ooh, and there's the mud pit you were talking about.
And then, oh yeah, I guess.
Oh, there we go. I see some big uns in the corner.
Hello.
Hey. What's up, guys?
So what I really like about this enclosure is like the different terrain that we created, and we can open the upper part and they can go up and down. They climb the rocks. They literally climb these big rocks and try to get the cactuses, and they go in the pond, they go in the mud. And with giant tortoises, I feel like it's really important to provide them the capacity, the ability to climb and exercise, because obviously they live in the mountain, these guys, and they go up and down in the Galapagos. So it's important for them to be able to walk around and have a lot of space.
And he's doing it right now. He's got that one leg off the ground because you're holding the celery up.
Yeah.
That's incredible to see.
And that's usually one way to like see if a giant tortoise is healthy, is look at the way it's walking, you know, because you see some of them that are like pretty low on the ground or kind of like dragging themselves, and healthy giant tortoises are just like that.
Right.
Walking straight to you, like this little one over there. And they can be fast. Okay.
That's enough. what are we doing right now, Simon?
I'm trying to feed you, I guess. Yeah, this one should be good, I guess.
You think so?
Yeah.
Ooh, that feels good. This
Try
is an orange that was grown here at the Conservancy. You got to be kidding me. So cool. I never ate an orange off a tree before.
Well, I do every day.
I bet you do. I would. Perks of the job. Okay, tell me. What are we doing? Oh, yes, I see it out. Yeah, yeah.
They're really skittish.
They're very skittish. So we're looking at, oh, and it's going back right now.
I think if we go like slowly inside, maybe we can grab one. But yeah, that's their enclosure. They have 3 burrows. There are, I don't know, maybe 30 feet deep.
Wow.
And we can open them going in the cave to check on them.
Yeah.
And there's only 3 in here. And they're really nice because they're low maintenance, you know. They eat the grass. We put dandelion seeds in there and grass, and we feed them. Obviously, we feed them like 4 times a week, but they graze a lot and they eat the cactuses. So it's really fun to have tortoises like that don't need too much care, you know.
Right.
And they're year round in here, and they're just fine.
That's wonderful.
Bolson tortoises.
Bolson tortoises, yeah. Which is a member of the Gopherus genus.
Yeah.
Which means a burrowing species.
Look, come here. Look at that one. He was yawning.
Right at the mouth of the burrow.
And the other one, I think, is next to the other one. There's 2. So typically that's what they do. They just hang out at the top of their burrow, and they scan their environment, and anytime they hear something or feel threatened, they just go back in.
Man, they're like the pond turtles of the tortoise world.
Yeah, exactly.
Your son's waiting. He's interested. Maybe he knows I have an orange in my pocket. So it looks like, oh, there he goes.
Okay. Well, there was a traffic jam, so I was able to catch this one, but yeah.
I saw that with some wild gopher tortoises recently where one was in and the other one
yeah.
couldn't go. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a young Bolson tortoise. Really nice. They're really healthy. They're doing fantastic.
Wow.
Really heavy, and I'm just gonna put it back because he's not happy.
Yeah, what a cool animal. Bye.
Yeah, you see, he knows where he's
where
going.
to go. You know where home is. Goodbye, my friend.
Yeah, we feed them. They love those little flowers.
Mm-hmm. That looks like dandelion, no? Or is that the flowers?
I don't know. I think it's from that tree.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and they eat the cactuses, obviously, lots of opuntia.
Yeah, this enclosure is wonderful. And these burrows, it looks like they were built for them.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to do a bunch of work, but they get to live the way they should. And because you built them that way, that means you have the ability to go and look in the burrows. Yeah. Because you built them with the open.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, and this is the part that's so interesting to me, Simon, because people keep Gopherus, and not all of them get the opportunity to burrow.
Yeah, people keep them like testudos, you know.
Yeah.
But it's really part of their ecology to be able to.
Right. They may be able to live that way, but should they?
And so there's no lighting here, but I'm gonna.
So this is where they come down to, right there?
Yeah.
What? That's incredible. Wow. So we're underground right now, and you could feel it's so cool down here.
Yeah, they hibernate. They go all the way down, you know.
Wow.
And whenever they feel that it's warming up, they just get out.
Wow, this is insane.
Yeah.
Wow, that was unbelievable.
That's really good rattlesnake.
Yeah.
Habitat too. They love that.
Right. Do they use it? No, there's no rattlesnakes
Yeah,
here.
they definitely. I'm sure they.
In the wild, they do.
Yeah. the same thing that they do in the wild. Like they keep the entry clean, and you see them digging it again and cleaning up the soil that's getting in, and they just love it. It's like, to me, it's one of our best enclosure here.
Yeah, it's just
And
the
the
way
Turtle
they're
Conservancy.
supposed to live,
Yeah.
which is just so encouraging to see.
So the Turtle Conservancy has been working in Mexico doing conservation for now 15 years, more than 15 years. And we acquired over 60,000 acres of land just to protect turtles. We have a preserve for the Bolson tortoise in Chihuahua and Durango. We had protect a big piece of land in the dry forest in Sonora. And also recently, we just acquired over 2,000 acres of land in Cuatro Ciénegas for the Korean box turtles. So that's what we've been doing. And also, I think it's time to just thank everyone, if there are supporters of the Turtle Conservancy watching this video, because it's only because of your donation and memberships that we're able to do this work. So thank you, because the turtle deserve it, and the Bolson tortoise, I think it's one of the rarest, probably the biggest reptile in North America first, I think. And it's one of the rarest and most endangered one in the North American continent. So we're really proud and happy to be able to do something for them directly in the wild.
Love it.
Hit subscribe, join the crew. Just turtles. There's always something new.